It's your girl, Mikkel Rose, and we are here in an exclusive interview for Iconix Radio. I'm going to calm down. Everybody in the back, calm down. It's getting real up in here. We have the amazing, extraordinary queen of the court, of the hood court, of your court, your mama court, they court, of the court. We have the one and only Tiffany M. Simmons, honey. The plug is here, y'all. Everybody, let's go. Let's do this.
Hey. The plug lawyer in the building. Thank you so much for having me, Iconix Radio.
Thank you for being here. How you feeling today? It's October, it's fall. How you feeling, girl?
I am feeling blessed. I am feeling loved. As I said, the Hood Court's order of October is Pop Yo Shh October. So every day, find something to pop your shh about. And it could be small, it could be big, but be proud. Celebrate the small wins, the big wins, but celebrate yourself. So sis, tell me, pop your shh and tell me something good.
I'm popping.
Tell me something good to you today.
Yes. Okay, so let me take a deep breath because you are so you're so authentic, and we appreciate that. People around the world appreciate that. Let me start off by saying you were birthed by a Libra, who is also a fellow Libra sister of mine on the same day, October the 13th. So your mama birthday coming up. Happy birthday, mama. Hey, girl. How you doing? Okay. Hey, my Libra sister. This shout out to my Libra sister.
Okay. Shouts out to both of y'all. Happy hood birthday.
Yay! Let's go. Awesome. So that makes it just so much. I mean, I can see where you get your energy from. I can see where your authentic personality it comes out of just nowhere. And I love it. I love it. You have been on the scene, and I'm when I say the scene, I'm talking about you've been in front of people, right, for a while, through social media. I ran across you, girl, years ago, and it was actually by accident. Your name caught me. Your delivery caught me. And ever since then, I just didn't imagine to ever be sitting here talking to you. So I'm like, my little hairs, my little hairs are standing up. Okay. So let's start off here, Queen Tiffany. Where are you originally from?
Heaven.
Come on, and stamp that. Okay.
Okay. See, I mean, honestly, that is the answer I give people, and they always like, "What you mean? Where you grew up?" I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That is home of Floyd Mayweather, home of Willie the Kid, home of Marvin Sapp, home of the DeBarge family, home of the MF Plugs lawyer.
Oh yeah. So what was it like growing up?
Honestly, my childhood I thought was normal, but it really wasn't. And I say that because I lived in a whole lot of different places, but what was consistent to me was my grandmother's house, both grandmothers, my aunt's house. That was home and consistent to me. So, part of my life, I could say I had a childhood full of great memories. And then the other part of my life, I can say I had to be an adult kid. I grew up very fast.
Okay.
And I would say not by choice.
For sure.
I talk about being raised by young parents, teenage parents. You often grow up with your parents. So being in that sort of situation, on top of being very different from my family and my family members, and them not knowing really what to do with me being different. All my life, I was told that I was gifted. So, I didn't even realize a lot of what that entailed until now, and I'm a grown person.
Wow. Wow.
That's what I say on that.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. What school did you go to? Elementary.
Well, I went to a school called City High School. It was City High Middle School. Before that, I went to Christian school for a little bit, but then I went to a Montessori school. But then when I got into City High Middle, that's a school you have, all my schools was schools for smart kids,
right,
advanced, etc. I was reading when I was like 2. So, I was just very advanced. And then what ended up happening is, in the midst of moving around a lot, I lived in the suburbs of Illinois at one point as a teenager. I lived in Birmingham, Alabama at one point as a teenager. And this was when my mom and her ex-husband, wanted to start the family over and get us out of Michigan.
Okay.
I bring those incidents up because every time I ended up going back to Michigan, and I ended up graduating from the school that I kept going back to, which was City High School.
Wow.
And, it's crazy because that school, it does exist now, but nothing like when I went. When I went, I was doing college classes in high school at the local community college. And I know they have like block scheduling and stuff like that now in different sorts of schools, but even the curriculum of the stuff I was taught is unheard of, and you'll never see that stuff again, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I'm glad you said that. Unfortunately, because the school systems are changing. Obviously, the world is changing. Politics is changing. The courts are changing.
Yes.
But the hood court always keep it 100. I just want to say that for the people in the back. Okay.
Hey, make sure you subscribe, like, share, watch the videos of Hood Court. You could all you got to do is Google The Plug's Lawyer in YouTube. And it's real easy. All my stuff will just line up.
It fall right in place. And I love your marketing strategies. I love that it's almost like you have no limit. You have boundaries. I know you got boundaries, Queen. I ain't gonna now, but you have no limit. Talk to me.
I didn't come from attorneys, and I apologize for cutting you off.
Oh no, please.
But I kind of knew where you was going with it. So I'm gonna give you a background.
Come on.
Often I used to think it was a disadvantage not coming from a family of lawyers or not knowing, just not coming from that environment.
Yeah.
However, as I continue to grow, strengthen my faith in God, it was probably this year, and I was sitting there and I was like, man, had I came from attorneys, I would not have been the undefeated attorney that I am today.
Period.
Let me tell you why. Because I would have tried to conform to something that was passed down to me versus doing the things that God told me to do. Ooh. Now, I often say Simmons Law is not like any other firm you'll ever meet, but Simmons Law is ran on integrity, respect, community, family, and love. And of course, God first. Right. So with those principles that I stand on, I am blessed and thankful to be here 12 years in existence. I was just awarded 2 days ago, Attorney of the Year.
Attorney of the Year, y'all, listen. Yes, yeah, I was just about to talk about that. What did that feel like to see that?
Honestly, it's still surreal. I found out Saturday morning. It feels surreal. It feels, I curse. I'm trying not to curse this.
We caught you, girl. Bring it on. Let's go.
It feels surreal. It feels amazing. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Like, honestly, I was so overwhelmed with appreciation. Like, for 2 days straight, I was like, damn, this is real. This is real. Like, you really the shit. Like, you are really. I'm just taking it all in. And, people have to consider, this is for the viewers that have never heard of me. Correct. On top of an attorney, I am also an author. On top of being an author, I am also the owner of a production company. On top of that, I have created Hood Court. On top of that, I have family. I have other commitments. So sometimes the internet makes it look easy, but it's really not. And I thank God that I just live a purpose-driven life where I'm able to handle all of the things that, you know, he has called me to do.
Yes. No, and thank you for accepting the promotion, honey, because these are promotions. Most people, they're
thank
just
you.
Yeah, no, seriously, and you're welcome. Most people, they don't know how to listen, you know, and not just with the ears, but with this right here. It puts you in the position. We ain't gonna go too deep, girl. We don't want to save no people, but we will. Hello.
But look, God can be all in the building. I know I curse, but I'm God's kid all day.
All day.
Preach, sis.
As I listened to you, the first thing that really caught me before we started the interview, my question was, you know, you said you just authentic, and you said, you know, you get it's weird when people say that. You're just real and raw. You're just real and raw, and you've never lost the case because you're raw. And you don't, it's like there's so many corners that people cut in court, right? You don't cut the corners, you come straight forehead first. Like, this is what it is, this is the fact. I saw something the other day. I want to say maybe it was today. You meditate and you go on a fast for 3 days.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
that. The fasting for the first 3 days of the month, that actually had started probably about 3-4 months ago with my prayer group. I'm on a prayer call every morning at 8:00. But for the first 3 days of the month, in this month, we had our prayer at 4 a.m. and we did our fast from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and nothing but water from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then you can eat whatever your meal is that night. Now, for me, fasting is more than just, you know, how some people may do it for weight loss or to maintain weight. Again, for me, it's for discipline. And again, to get closer to God. People have to realize if you cannot control what you put in your mouth, how can you control the dominion that God gave us?
Yes.
How can you control the things that God appointed you over?
That's right.
Because if you say that you're a king or a king on this earth, you have dominion. But if you can't even control what you eat, or sometimes my fast would be from other things. Sometimes, you know, if we want to get candid, I like CBD. Sometimes I have to fast from CBD, and it's okay. I have to do that. Or it could be fasting from social media or TV or whatever is a distraction, a crutch, whatever.
So true. So true. And you said something that was so important: discipline. For 12 years, it's been like you've been consistent with your brand building up, with everything you've done. It's always been like this. I've never seen you stagnant, and I've been watching you, sis. I have been watching you, and I just want to say thank you for everything that you're bringing to the world, to the universe. Thank you. Thank you. It's
don't you
crown me, girl. My lashes ain't ready. These are my wig lashes now. Don't you cry on me, because I will cry, and I don't cry often. Now, listen, queen. Wow. So let me go a little bit deeper then. When I found you on social media, we were having some things going on in the atmosphere. Things weren't right. And I was looking for someone who could talk like I talk, that I could understand, and that could just give me the energy to just keep going through this crazy fight that I was going through with my significant other. And it was so real. It was so hurtful because we didn't know where to go. We didn't know who to talk to. And I know you're like, but girl, you didn't hire me. I didn't need to at the time, honey, because you gave me that boost to just say, do your research. Find somebody who's going to give you the real and the raw. And I was like, okay. I would watch you almost every day just to see what would you put up. I mean, I did. And girl, look, oh, honey, we're going to talk. I'm serious. When you seen that interview of me interviewing Mr. Robin J. Anderson, it was real.
I watched it. Oh my God.
And look, we're in 2021. We're talking 2016, 2017.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am. So and again, I didn't have.
And Liz, wait, real quick for your viewers, I am not a fucking crybaby at all. But I will say, like, let me tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this testimony, because we only have a testimony when we go through tests.
Yeah.
And I thank God for you saying what you're saying to me, because you don't know how much I appreciate it. My grandmother passed away, and this is my mom's mom first. And my grandparents helped raise me, very close to my grandparents. All of them are gone now, physically. My grandmother passed away January 2012. If I had not started my YouTube channel, I would have really been lost. A lot of what you see as perseverance or build up with Simmons Law was actually birthed out of pain and trauma. My grandmother, when she passed away, it was probably within the same month of my divorce being finalized.
Okay.
Wow. Over these last 12 years, I've sacrificed a lot, more than people know. I've sacrificed a lot of time with family, time with friends, time doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Sacrifice just a whole lot.
A lot, yeah.
Because the family members that's no longer here, that I do this for, that I've done this for outside of my own personal purpose, they not even here to see me get married again or have children. They're not here in the physical. So anyway, I say all that to say, you don't know how much I appreciate hearing that my videos helped you.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, I'm not for every client, and every client is not for Simmons Law.
That's right.
But my voice says something that brought you to another day. So I thank God and thank you for telling me that. Like, I'm over here, like, you don't understand.
You got a piece of my heart, girl. You got a piece of my heart. That you right here. So let's talk about college. Let's loosen up a little bit. Let's talk about college. What was college like?
Well, you going slow-mo. You ain't got to my dating auction, which was in 2021.
Listen, look, we're gonna cruise on up the hill, baby, because you are a book, baby, and I'm here to read every page. You hear me?
Okay. Look, speaking of books, tell them grab the plugs, lawyer. You can get it Amazon, Kindle, Barnes and Noble. I don't know, the light.
The plug. There you go. Come on, the chain with the plug.
Oh, bam, yeah, bam. So
I'm just
college.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm like, girl. Now you say you graduate from where?
FAMU Rattler, baby.
Come on.
Yes. FAMU.
Fam, you, if you're not
FAMU.
screaming at the screen right now, something wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
Fam,
yes,
you holding
yes,
it down. We got
yes,
the real alumni in here. So
yes. Yes, so yes, I am a HBCU grad, proud to be a FAMU HBCU grad. I graduated from the School of Business, and it was a wild time. I thank God that social media wasn't out when I was in school, because I was a wild girl.
come on, we're gonna tell the truth. I got you.
Well, I'm one of them no face, no case. So no. See, the thing is, a lot of people see my personality on social media now.
For sure.
However, a lot of like Beyonce said, a lot of who I am is reserved for the people that I love and the people that I trust.
Yes.
People that see my social media or the YouTube channel or watch, or they see a part of my personality.
Yes, yes. So college was fun, obviously. Ain't no pictures,
Yes.
No case. Boom. It was fun.
College was great. It was. I mean, I didn't do a lot of school stuff, to be honest. I did a lot of street shit, but I graduated on time.
Period.
Period.
So let's get into the journey to become a lawyer. I mean, you graduated with a business degree.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you get a business degree, and then how did we become a lawyer? Like, where did that pivotal moment come in? Where you were like, forget the streets, business degree, let me go be a lawyer. Like, where did that pivotal moment come in? Oh yeah, let's go.
Well, honestly, me wanting to become a lawyer, that dream of mine was a childhood dream. I was like 5 years old and I said I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
And what happened is, the short version is, I was molested by a family member. And like some families do in traumatic situations like that,
Okay.
unfortunately for me, it was kind of swept under the rug. And when that happened, it felt like I was on trial. It felt like there was no one there to speak up for me. And honestly, that's what birthed, I'm going to be a lawyer. Now, I will say it took some years, some time.
For sure.
As you see, I went to FAMU. Now, the business degree came in because I come from a family of entrepreneurs on both sides of my family. Some family history on my mom's side. My great-grandfather, he was the first Black coffin maker in the state of Michigan. The coffins that you put bodies in, well, he was known for. And my great-grandmother sold the insides of the coffins. My dad's dad, he had a grocery store. My mom's mom, the one I was telling you who passed in 2012,
yes.
She did not have a high school GED until she was 43. And she had successful hair salons for years. So entrepreneurship is in my blood, and it'll always be. So I always knew that that was going to be a part of my role. Now, let me go back to answering the lawyer part. Once I graduated FAMU, like most college kids, you look up like, I don't have no fucking job. Where is this white picket fence and the this and the that? Right. None of that was there.
Benefits, please.
So I'm looking like, okay, where is the American dream, bitch?
Yeah.
I got stuff to do. I left home at 17, and we got money to make.
That's right.
Because I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck or work as hard as I've seen my family work. It's another way we can get it.
Right.
And I always had that vision since a young girl. So anyway, I applied to law school for a couple of years and I didn't get in. For about 2 years, I applied to Georgia State, Emory, because I was here in Atlanta. And I was like, I'm not gonna apply to no private schools. I already owe FAMU money. Fuck that. Right. I'm just trying to, what's going on. So anyway, I ended up going to visit family in Michigan, and I saw one of my mentors, and she said to me, she's like, Tiffany, what you doing? What you doing with your life type question,
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm really still trying to get in law school, but I haven't gotten in. And so she said, well, have you checked out John Marshall? John Marshall.
Come on.
And
Okay.
so I said, no, I don't really want to go there because it's the tuition, it's a private school. The tuition will be high. I already owe FAMU money. I'm I don't come from none of this.
Right.
So, I'm ready to get the bag, basically.
Right.
So
I love you, girl. I love you.
She said, thank you. So she said, well, why don't you try anyways? Because it's going to be the same paper you would get from Georgia State, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try it. So I called the school, and I'm telling this story because in this way, because there may be someone interested in law school that needs to hear this. Because I didn't even get into school by application or the normal process that people normally go through. Okay. Let me show you how faith meets preparation and how God moves when you know that God told you something. So, of course, I took the LSAT. That's the test you take to get into law school. Of course, I had a bachelor degree from FAMU because you have to have a bachelor's degree in any area to get into law school. You don't have to have political science or criminal justice. You don't. And again, this is for someone who may be interested in law school and just don't know any of this. That's why I put a lot of this in my ebook, That's Law ebook. So follow That's Law ebook on Instagram. I will send you a free copy of the Create Your Law Business for this generation.
I just passed out. Okay.
So the gist of the story is this. I called the very next day to John Marshall, and I was speaking to the director of admissions. And I said, well, what's the process for me to get in school? I know school starts next week. What can I do to get in? And she, explained the process, application of this. And Miss Simmons, we got a wait list and all the stuff. Right. But in the midst of the conversation, she said, I asked her, I said, so there's no other way I could get in school. And she said, well, the only other way you can get in is if the dean lets you in school. Oh, ding. The very next day, that was the light bulb moment right there.
That's it.
The very next day, I showed up to the school, I kid you not, with my transcript, with my LSAT. So again, people don't think you can manifest stuff and not do work to manifest. Like the Instagram and social media have people looking for microwave success. It's not that. Please do your work, people. Don't be showing up to people's school saying the plugs lawyer told me I should be a lawyer.
Get your bachelor's first. Let's start there.
Right. So anyway, I had my transcripts, I had my LSAT score, et cetera, et cetera. And I came in and I came to the office. I said, may I speak to the dean? He came out. I said, hi, Dean Lynn. I'm Tiffany Simmons. I know I'm supposed to be in law school. I was told the only way I can get into school is if you let me in. So can you please review my information and let me know? That man, now I'm 5'2". The man was probably like 6'5". He was speechless. He took my information. He said, okay, I'll get back with you. The very next day, about 12:45, I got the call. Miss Simmons, we're going to give you the opportunity.
Girl.
That's how I got into law school. Didn't even know how I was paying for law school. But God made a way.
But God. Woo! Okay, so if y'all ain't got none from this interview yet, a go-getter does not take no for an answer. The possibility is not even a question. It's a guarantee when you go out there and you make it happen. Stamped. Period. Tiffany, you taking me on a ride, sis, and thank you. Let's talk about.
Well, it's a fun ride. It's a little crazy, but it's fun.
Baby, it's a fun ride, honey. My little hamster just turned and I'm like, wait a minute. Wow.
That's why when the Plug's lawyer come out, it's going to be a great ass movie, sis. I'm telling you.
She said, "Mom, come on."
Oh, yeah.
The movie coming too.
Yeah.
Listen.
We got to show the people.
We got to show the people.
This
is so entertaining and relaxing, but it's also informative and it's motivational at the same time. So thank you.
Wow. Okay. It's a vibe.
It is definitely a vibe. Let's talk about your style, your approach to the court. Because after you got in law school, and I mean, so let me say this. You have taken everything with you. You've taken everything with you up until this point. You ain't dropped nothing at the door. And like everything comes together and it's making sense. You were 5 years old. I'm going to be a lawyer. Okay. Years, decades later, you are a lawyer in law school with the opportunity of almost like 5% to 0. You walk up to the dean, honey, and you're like, listen, call me. And he calls you and you're in law school. So you're in law school, you go through, you were in a different environment though. It was a different environment, but you never changed. Talk about it.
Well, shit.
Yeah,
I don't remember a lot. Law school, this is the thing. See, law school is different from any sort of professional style school. And I say that because you are really dealing with real life stuff on top of a strenuous program.
Okay.
The profession that I am a member of, less than 5% of Black women are a part of that. Period. Minorities. So it is not something easy to be a part of the gang, I'll say.
Yes.
So I say that to say, for me with school, honestly, it was just something I knew that I had to do to get to the next phase.
Yes.
It wasn't always easy, but if you can make it through that, you can make it through the next thing. If you can make it through that, you can make it. With law school, I just knew what the end game was. Even in the last semester of school, like I took a bar prep class, and every single day I said, I don't care if I'm in the bar exam with one leg and one arm and one eye. I'm passing the bar exam the first time, me and God. Period. And sure enough, I passed the bar exam the first time, where I know people for a fact before me and after me had to take it 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yes. Yeah.
So for me, it just, hey, I didn't come from this. I didn't have money to waste. I didn't have time to waste. People have to realize I left home at 17. That's a kid. That's a baby.
Yes.
And I really had to be grown. And honestly, a lot of the dysfunction I grew up living in, I didn't even fucking know it was dysfunction until I was out of it.
Right.
And went through a journey of growing, a journey of healing, a journey of hurting, a journey of therapy, a journey of a lot of things to get to the point where I am now, where I'm able to articulate traumas that happened to me without tears in my eyes. And I'm able to articulate it in a way where it's going to help someone that's listening and not make people feel fucked up and bad.
Right.
But that was the journey. That was a road to get there.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You know, I just never took stuff as a game as far as what I wanted and what I saw for my life.
Right. Right. How do you now, out of you said something, you said therapy, right? So
yes.
I think that's really important for our community. A lot of us we run from that. And
some people do, because we have the stigmas of you don't tell what's going on in your household, or the stigmas of Black people don't do therapy. There are all sorts of stereotypes behind healing.
Yes.
But we all need healing.
We all need healing.
For me, therapy was a choice that I started when I divorced my ex-husband. I knew there was things that I needed to myself. I knew that I was dealing with the trauma of being molested in my family, my kind of sweeping it under the rug. And you know, in defense of my family, because they have to stand 10 toes on what they did and participated or whatever.
Right.
But in response to my family's name, through therapy, I was able to forgive and look at it from different perspectives, because you have to look at it like this. My grandmother had 5 kids. She had a set of twin boys. My mom was the second oldest. She had 5 kids, and she had a daughter at 17 that had a baby, me. Wow. So honestly, I kind of grew up with my mom and her siblings more. People thought they were my siblings, and my grandmother was young, so people kind of thought she was my mother at times.
Yeah.
Now, the dynamics of 1980s Midwest, I had a grandmother who, her first baby dad, not my granddad, but her first kid's dad told her, "Oh, you ain't gonna be nothing but a welfare queen." So to get someone to say, and again, this is conversation me and my grandmother had later. This is not to put her business out there. God rest your soul. I love you, Granny.
We love you, Granny.
This is to explain the mindset.
Yes.
Of how my abuser was enabled. And that's the best way I'll say it.
Thank you.
So my grandmother, coming from where people didn't expect her to be anything, for her to start getting hair salons and growing in the field of cosmetology till the day she transitioned.
Wow.
So you have a business, you have your children, you're known in church, you're a part of your church, but then your child hurts your grandchild. You might lose your business, your kid might go to jail, all of the things. So instead of biting that hard pill, she did what was taught to her.
Yes.
Because it happened to other family members, including her.
Correct. I see.
So it was swept under the rug. You didn't talk about that. This is, again, what she told me in conversation later.
Yep.
So when I'm a little girl and I'm pure heart, honest, I'm God's kid saying, this is what my uncle did to me.
Yeah.
And he's lying, saying, no, it didn't happen that way. Again, that is how that got swept under the rug. So enough of the details with that, but I really wanted to break that down because there's so many people, because I've dealt with cases, clients with similar situations, etc. But there are so many people and parents that say what they shoulda, coulda, woulda in that situation. Oh, I would have killed them. I would have do this. I would do that.
Right.
No, you fucking wouldn't. Right. No, you fucking wouldn't. That's why we have so many victims are afraid to speak. So many victims that kill themselves over being raped or molested. So many victims that are mentally, emotionally scarred and messed up in the head. So many victims that are running from their purpose because they're still hurt and torn. Ooh. So I stand here as a living testimony.
Ooh. Girl, you ran to your purpose. My eyelashes ain't gonna last throughout this whole interview. Listen, but my eyelashes you ran to your purpose and you took everything with you. You took everything with you. Undefeated. Never lost a case. You never gave up on life. You never accepted no for an answer.
Then on top of it, I was 15 when I told my mom I wanted to kill myself. Me and my mom didn't have a good relationship for a long time. My mom handed me the pill bottle, but for my faith in God, I'm still standing today. And I have 2 family members who have committed suicide in my life. So when I tell you, it's bigger than me. And I always knew that. I always knew that. And that's why God has preserved me. I'm grown. And I thank God that I look like I'm still in my 20s. I thank God that God has preserved my mind and preserved my heart.
Yes. That, I think, I'll be honest with you. That's why the world loves you. Girl, we love you. We love you because, it's some people you be like, oh, okay, whatever. But it's like, give me more. Like, give me more, because you're inspiring, you're motivating, and your story. I wasn't expecting that, but in order for you to be as strong as you are in the rooms that you walk in, and to walk through the doors that you walk through, and to do what you do, you can't go in there with no popcorn. This ain't no popcorn chick, okay? This ain't no popcorn. So undefeated. You have the hood court. First of all, hood and court they don't go together unless you talking to the plug's lawyer, okay?
Right.
The Black Judge Judy. That's a hell of a title. Judge Judy, come on now. So let's talk about the hood court.
Well, hood courts. Hood court is an interactive, it's an in-your-face, provocative TV judge show. It's a reality-based TV judge show that I created. I'm so thankful and blessed to again live one of my dreams. For me, I didn't come from lawyers. I saw lawyer stuff on Law and Order on TV, and I saw TV judges. And ever since I was young, I always loved Judge Judy. I loved this. I used to watch People's Court, motherfucking Couples Court, any court show. I loved it. Yeah. And see, for me, I have been involved in entertainment all of my life. I've done theater since I was a young girl. I've done modeling. So entertainment was what I wanted to do. And I knew that I had to be more than just a pretty face. I've seen so many people in entertainment not know the business side, make a lot of money and not keep it, because again, you have to remember, I was the little girl who said, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I looked at how hard my family worked, even though we had businesses, etc. I still seen my family work very hard. My mom worked more of my life than I'll say when I was probably up until the age of maybe like 10. Okay. I think we were close from 1 to 10. Oh, and then she ended up having my little brother, and a lot changed with that dynamic. 2 children. She became a single mom again until she married her ex-husband. But I bring that up to say she went from being more active with me to being just a sole financial provider. Gotcha. I was in first grade catching the city bus. I was signing my own parent forms. I filled out my own FAFSA forms for college. And again, it's no knock against my mom, because she did the very best that she could. Right. But it goes back to, I had to be an adult because my mom was working 2 jobs to provide, but provide is more than just money. Fact. And you can't, one thing that, I'm grateful to say now, my mom and I, we are in such better place in 2021. Beautiful. But for a long time, my mom was in a space of trying to buy my love. And you can't do that. I don't want you to buy my love. My love is free. I just want you to love me unconditionally. And
Wow.
that was a lesson that she had to learn in her path in her life, because that's something that she did not get and did not know herself.
Wow.
So you know, sis, my
Girl.
life has been full of breaking generational curses on top of creating generational blessings as well. So,
and wealth, yes, yes. You are, you know, a lot of the guests that we have at Iconix Radio, I'm always able to use a celebrity or something. I'm talking to a celebrity right now. Let me be clear. But I'm always able to say something, maybe like on a motivational YouTube video that I saw. The blueprint. I'm always able to find somewhere where the blueprint was laid, and you created your own blueprint at 5 years old, and the story, just the journey, created what we see, which is a beautiful, beautiful rose, a queen. And it don't get no better than this. The reason I'm really taking my time with this particular interview, because we need to see more of this. We need to see more authentic, raw, true, God-led, generational curse breaking, like, you know. We need to see more of that, where you're going through the journey of life and then you're going through the journey of hurt. You're going through that. And that's what you've done. And now here we are, undefeated. I want y'all to understand what undefeated means. That means no cases lost, honey. Never lost a case. Never lost a case. Let's talk about now your brand. Why build a brand of being a lawyer? Why?
Wait, what do you mean? I mean, because I'm a brand. I mean, you have to look at my history. Again, I come from entrepreneurs. I come from the School of Business and Industry at FAMU, and at FAMU we're taught about branding. We were taught about marketing. We were taught, you know, you are your brand. And so I always trained in me. I can only be best at being myself.
Yes.
I say this in one of the Simmons Law commercials. I'll never be an old white man in a suit.
Okay.
And that is the reality.
That's it. Interview over.
And that's no disrespect to I work with a lot of men in suits.
You do.
I'm usually the only woman in a lot of rooms. So no disrespect to them, but I'll never be them.
No.
So I can't try to be them. And the more that I am the best Tiffany M. Simmons, the best plugs lawyer, the more that I keep winning.
I love that.
It's just simple.
It is. And you're so right. And the reason I asked you that question is because most people are just comfortable being a lawyer. That's enough. I'm a lawyer. You know, none of my family members was a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. Like, they're good at what comes with the title of just being a lawyer. Why brand that? Why? Because you Tiffany M. Simmons, honey.
Well, the thing is, I'm not a person that's big on titles. I appreciate all of the titles that God blessed me with, but who are you outside of that? What do you do outside of that? How do you make people feel? You could be the fucking president. I don't care what title you have.
Right.
But who are you? And what do you bring to the table? So for me, it wasn't a thing of, oh my gosh, I made it to be a lawyer and now I made it to the mountaintop. The lawyer was, you know, the ends to the means to get to another place. The lawyer was just part of the path. Yes. So for me, I guess that's how it is easier for me to continue to build my brand, because I always knew that it was bigger than just me being a lawyer. You know, people look at what I do with Hood Court, and some people love it, some people don't. But for the critics, they have to understand there is only so much impact that I can have in the courtroom. There is a larger impact and a larger audience that God wants me to speak to through entertainment.
Yep.
And if I can change lives through entertainment by giving you the legal landscape that you need to make changes in your own life, then that's some powerful stuff. But I'm not gonna say too much because I don't know who's watching right now. All I know is I'll be fresh as hell when the feds watching.
All the time, honey.
Virgo gang 2 Chainz. Shout out to and for real, Virgo gang.
And let me say to all the Virgos out there, your girl held it down recently at an amazing auction where she walked in, honey. I mean, like $1 million.
Wait, you froze. What'd you say?
I said you walked into an auction looking like $1 million, honey. I was like, how they gonna auction the lawyer? Wait a minute, girl.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Wait, because I'm such a fucking cornball. Let me tell you the story. No, I am a cornball.
Okay.
I am. Let me tell. I'm so corny. I'm for real. I have always wanted to participate in a charity dating auction. Like, I promise you, because I just remember watching, the shows. Like, remember when Martin had the charity date auction and Kid from Kid and Play came and yes. So I just always imagine just crazy ass scenarios like that. So I always was like, man, I'm down for it. I want to do it. So yes, when I was asked to participate and my firm was asked to be a sponsor for the Jazzy McGee's charity auction, of course I said yes. The money went to a great cause. It went to high school student scholarships. And then on top of it, I mean, it was fun for me. Why not? Shit, I look good. It was bidding.
Wait a minute. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I know you're not $100. Let's keep that going, honey. Baby, you turned around, the numbers like ding, 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 ding. You was like, the lawyer, ding, 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 ding. I was like, listen, what's the cash app? What's the cash app? I'm trying to get, okay. So, I love your energy. I love what you bring to the world. I can't even find a specific place to put you because you're monumental and more people. I hope that this interview is touching some people. Actually, I know it is. I know it is.
And you know why? Because we are at the right place at the right time doing the right things. So it's definitely gonna get to the right people. Trust me.
Girl, listen. We could definitely go on and on, but I want to say this. I want to say that in ATL, they have the queen sitting on the throne. And I'm going to name a few, maybe a few people, and I want you to give me like the first thing that comes in your mind.
Okay.
Ready?
All right. I'm ready to play the game.
Let's see.
All right.
Keisha Kaur.
Money. I love her.
Yes.
I'm fucking with KK.
I love Kate. Look.
The long way.
Honey,
Keisha KR gang. If she wanna have the Plugs lawyer endorse any of her stuff, let's talk some numbers because I like money just like you, Miss Davis.
Miss Davis, look, stamp that.
Yes, because that's Miss
Davis. Period. So let's say Taraji P. Henson.
That's my twin.
It is your twin. You give me her. I mean,
I'll have to show you. I'll send you in the DM the picture. My mom sent me a picture one day, I kid you not, of me and Taraji side by side.
Girl.
In 2 pictures. And when I tell you, I had to do, matter of fact, let me see if I can find it.
You had to do a double take.
I had to do a double take of myself. So definitely, that's my twin in them.
That's your twin in them. I love it.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay. This one I know is gonna be the one because this. I mean, you guys vibe the same. Rick Ross,
the boss.
Rick,
you mean we vibe the same?
Y'all vibe.
You know, I did not fuck with Rick for a minute because I'm like, bitch, Officer Ricky.
Oh.
But
my alkaline water. I'm trying to save my alkaline water. Don't make me
wait. No. But this what I would say.
Okay.
Shouts out to Rick Ross because he definitely has built-in in. I respect his hustle. I do know 2 of the lawyers, actually 3 of the lawyers that work with him. So I respect his business hustle. Now I will give him that. I love Miami. I love Florida. You know, I'm a little Florida girl because I was FAMU. So, you know, I give him his props now, but you know, Ricky,
I love it. Okay, last final and least, here we go.
Okay.
Judge Judy.
My court godmother.
I love it.
That's my fairy godmother. If there was no Judge Judy, there would be no Black Judge Judy.
Period.
And let me tell you some of the similarities. Honestly, I have studied this lady. I watch her show. I've seen interviews of her. We have a lot of similarities, to be honest.
Wow.
She often talks about, you know, well, I don't say often, but in interviews, her talk about since she was young, she had a moral compass. And if you don't know what that is, people don't know what that is. That basically means, you know, a person that is takes pride and integrity in morals and values and really respects that. Wow. And you know, when she said it, it struck chord within me because people tell me that often. You know, you said it, you know, me being straightforward. I'm a very honest person. I am a person of morals and values. Yeah. I may have a street side. I may have a hood side. However, I am a person, right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay. And I'm going to stand 10 toes on that. Huh. So some of the similarities of Judge Judy being born and raised in Brooklyn and me being a Midwest, you know, Midwest baby, I appreciate and value Judge Judy's journey because again, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. So that's the fairy godmother.
Wow. Well, Queen Tiffany M. Simmons, this has been the most interesting, iconic interview that with girl, you got me all choked up by the spill alkaline water. We done cried, we done laughed.
You didn't have me crying. I have not cried on no interview like that. Like you didn't have me. Shoot, I use, you know, thug tears don't fall.
Listen, I have had the most amazing time with you, sis. This has been a monumental day for me. I will definitely cherish this day until I see you in person. I look forward to you. I'm claiming it right now, girl, because I gotta hug you. I mean, you know, when everything goes 6 feet, you know, but I'm gonna hug you when I see you. Okay. Now, with that being said, to the young generation, to the young people, hell, to even some of the people that's lost out there, that's watching this interview. What?
Man, hold on. Here you go. Let me put it up there.
Well, who's who? Okay.
You see it. Can you see it?
I can't see it. I'm trying to figure out who is who. Oh, girl, stop. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, are you the one?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one, baby.
And then at the top picture, I have on the red lipstick.
Oh, okay. Girl, she put that together.
Girl, when my mama sent me this, I told you I had to do an update. My
nigga. Yeah, I was trying to straighten the screen up to see. And believe it or not, I kid you not, I wasn't actually, you just give me her energy, her truthfulness. Like, you know, Taraji, baby, Taraji don't play. But, and I could just get that from you. That's why I was like, Taraji, and you, that's my twin. I know it is. So let's get some social media plugs real quick.
Okay. Well, you definitely can follow me on Instagram, The Plugs Lawyer. If you are interested in anything legal, follow Official Simmons Law. Just if you go to The Plugs Lawyer, all of the different pages is in the bio. Be sure to follow Hood Court. I'm repping the name.
Yeah.
Hood Court. Please follow the show. Go to YouTube. Find The Plugs Lawyer, THE, not DA. The Plugs Lawyer. Find us on YouTube. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, please share. We got to run those numbers up, because the more that I have the community and the hood backing me, the more I'm going to get that motherfucking 100 million.
Let's go.
The Hood Court, because we're going to be the highest rated, the highest paid TV judge show, point blank, period.
Period. Stamp that, y'all. Stamp that. On Iconix Radio.
If Judge Judy can get 50 plus million, I know I'm getting 100. And that's just what it is.
Already. Thank you.
They got it. It's billions.
It's
billions in entertainment. They got the money. So I'm just waiting on it. Go cut that check before 2022.
Look. Period.
I'm just saying, look, I've had other established court shows trying to poach my participants, copy my show. Trust me, sis. Everybody's watching.
Everybody's watching. Look, yes. Now, for the young generation that's watching now, that have heard you, but they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start. What would you tell them? What would you say to them?
What trying to find me, or where to start in their life?
Where
what words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. What advice would you give them?
All right. The words of wisdom that I give anybody and they need to know where to start. Start with God. Start with yourself. Drown out some of that noise that's around. The noise, whether it's yourself with the doubts and the self-doubts and the insecurities, or whether it's outside with family, friends, loved ones, or lovers, or people you think love you. It could even be the media. But once you drown out that noise and listen to God and listen to yourself, you know what God told you. Just like I knew as a little, what God told me. Every single one of us got something that God told us to do.
That's right.
And it's up to you to go after it. And you can do it. But I'm actually about to pull one of my prayer cards. This is something that I do on Hood Court. Now, when I started Hood Court, for those that don't know, I started Hood Court on IG Live. And it was when quarantine first hit. And at the times, courts were closed. People still had problems. And we were all in a place of despair. Now, we all got to realize we all hearing stuff third person, whether it's about that pandemic, whether it's about what's going on now, whether it's whatever. We hearing third person. Everybody is.
Right.
So nobody knows anything. So in that case, what do? You trust the person who knows. And who is that? That's God.
That's it.
So listen, I'm going to pull this prayer card because this was something I used to do when I used to do the show live. Now, if you watch the episodes on YouTube, we don't pull the prayer card. We may bring that back one day. Who knows? But I'm going to pull one for tonight. I appreciate being on Iconix Radio. So I'm going to pull something iconic. You know, let me see what God got to say to us tonight.
Come on, talk to Iconix. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This is the day which the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118 and 24. This is the prayer card. And what this means for us today is this. This is the day that the Lord has made. This one day, we will never, ever, 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 ever get this back. We won't get this day back. So every single day, God blesses you to wake up. You use that day because it was the day that the Lord made especially for you. And you rejoice and be glad in it, because God didn't have to give you that day. So this is the day that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing and we're glad in it. So tomorrow, I want y'all to do the same thing. And the next day, I want you to do the same thing. If God wakes you up, you win it and do something with that time. You don't know the time or the hour that God is going to call you back. And you may be young and you may be old. But when I'm sitting back with God, I want to say, damn, I did a whole bunch of fun ass shit, God, and I did what you told me to do. And I did.
And I cuss too much. See, that's my sister.
So that is the message from the Plug's lawyer, aka Judge Tip.
Yeah.
And if I had my gavel, I would say court is over, but the gavel is in the other room.
Queen Tiffany Simmons, thank you from the bottom of Iconix Radio heart. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, with your energy, with your knowledge, with your story. Girl, God bless you. With many more blessings to come. Yes.
That is good.
With that being said, girl, we're going to close out this interview. And I just want to say, just keep doing everything that you're doing. And there's so many more amazing things to come, because your blueprint ain't done, honey. You just getting started. Hood Court, guys, go and follow Hood Court, follow the Plus Lawyer. Thank y'all for tuning in to this amazing, iconic interview. I'm like,
yes,
I'm about to go cut my eyelashes off, y'all. It's over. Okay.
I had an amazing time. Thank you for having me. And you're right. This is only the beginning. I'm telling you, when God give me with my purpose partner. See, I didn't even say husband. When God give me with my purpose partner. And bitch,
let's go.
Motherfucking blowing up. I'm telling you. If I can do all of this alone, imagine man.
Oh, let's go.
It's gonna be man, y'all thought motherfucking J and B did something. Wait till God send my purpose partner. Wait till y'all see that big ass rock on my finger.
Hey, God is good. Yes,
all the time.
We're about to end this interview. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you later.